Welcome to 3-3 Day 2, Properties of Logarithms. This will be a shorter video. I think we only got 2 examples to do in this one and some practice problems for you. The properties of logs are useful to rewrite log expressions in forms that simplify operations of algebra. This is true because the properties convert complicated products and quotients and exponential forms into simpler sums and differences in products respectively. If you take calculus next year, you'll also see where we could take something that would be pretty nasty to perform a calculus operation on. If we apply these properties of logarithms, we can break it down into bite-sized chunks, and each chunk is very simple. So here when it says expand, we're going to either use the product or quotient property, and then at the end we're going to bring down any stray exponents. So let's see, part A here. We've got a log base 4, and I'm just going to rewrite this. We've got a 5 times x cubed times y. So we've actually got 3 things multiplied together, so we can break this into 3 separate logarithms. We'll have a log base 4 of the first number 5, and then plus a log base 4 of x cubed, plus a log base 4 of y. All right, that's good. But our last step, don't forget, we're going to bring down any stray exponents. So that x cubed, the cube will come down and make a coefficient in front. So our final expansion, our final answer, log base 4 of 5 plus 3 log base 4s of x plus a log base 4 of y. Fully expanded. Okay, I see in part B we've got a fraction, a quotient. So I know this is going to turn into 2 logs subtracted. And then we've got a square root there. So let's do the ln of the numerator. And I'm going to turn that radical into grouping symbols, parenthesis. And because you know a square root is the same thing as the 1/2 power. So our numerator, we can turn that into the ln of quantity 3x minus 5 to the half power, minus the natural log of the denominator, 7. Okay, final step. Again, we're going to bring down stray exponents at the end. So final answer, 1/2 natural log of the quantity 3x minus 5 minus the natural log of 7. Beautiful. So here we can expand, and of course if we can expand, we can also contract or condense log expressions by just working backwards. So here we've got 3 of them. Now if we look at all of these, we've got a plus here, so this is going to turn into some multiplied stuff. Here's a plus, that'll turn into some multiplied stuff. Here's a minus, that should turn into a fraction when we're condensing these down. Okay, I'm just going to copy part A down here. We got a half log of x. Whoa. Half log of x plus 3 logs of x plus 1. When we were expanding, the last thing we did was brought exponents down. So it makes sense here. Our first step will be to take up coefficients and make them into exponents. So that half is going to go up and become a half power. This 3 is going to jump up and become a cubed outside the x plus 1. So now we've got a log, and I'm going to rewrite that x to the half as the root of x plus the log of x plus 1 cubed. All right, one more condense here. We've got 2 logs added together. So that's going to become the log of a product. And what 2 things are we multiplying? We're multiplying that root of x, and we're going to multiply that by the x plus 1 quantity cubed. There we go. Final answer. Okay. Part B, I'm not going to copy it down here just to do this one step. First thing, of course, we're going to take up coefficients, make it into an exponent. So we're going to have a natural log of x plus 2 squared minus a natural log of x. All right, we got a nat log minus a nat log. So that's going to be the natural log of some fraction. What came first becomes our numerator, x plus 2 quantity squared. Denominator came second, over x. All right. Last one, part C. It's a bigger one. Let's be extra cautious about order of operations. Notice we've got the 1/3 out front, and then we've got these brackets, so that 1/3 applies to everything in the brackets. Let's work in the brackets and apply the 1/3 at the very end. So let's see what's going on in here. Log base 2 of an x plus a log base 2 of a quantity. So that's going to condense into a product. We're going to have a log base 2 of the quantity, x times x plus 1. All right, let's distribute that x across the x plus 1. So we distribute, get x squared plus x. And now we're ready, since we've got this down to a single log, we're ready to bring up that 1/3 and make it an exponent up here. So we've got log base 2 of x squared plus x to the 3rd power, or I believe the book puts it back under a 3rd root, log base 2 of the cube root x squared plus x. All right. I think that's it for the examples. A couple for you to do. And then that'll be the end of the video. We'll do some practice in class and some WebAssign. So pause the video, give these your best shot, and then see if you got them right. All right, the first one is the log of a fraction. So that's going to break into a log minus a log. We're going to have the log base 3 of what's going on upstairs in the numerator, minus a log base 3 of what's going on in the denominator, the root of y, or I'm going to write that as y to the half power. Now be careful, it might be easy to miss here. This 4 is multiplied by x squared. So this log base 3 here, we can expand out into 2 more logs. I'll use blue ink for this. Log base 3 of 4 plus a log base 3 of x squared. And then we've got the rest of our expression, minus a log base 3 of y to the half. Last step, bring exponents down. This squared will come down front. This 1/2 will 2. And here's our final answer. Log base 3 of 4 plus 2 log base 3's of x minus a 1/2 log base 3 of y. Beautiful. And here we're condensing. Whoa. I guess that'll still work there. Okay, we got the brackets with the 2 outside, so let's save that outer 2 till the bitter end. And I see we got an exponent or a coefficient here. That's going to jump up and become a squared. And we've got a minus in there, so this will become a fraction. So we're going to have 2, and then we're going to condense a log minus a log is going to become the log of a fraction. Our numerator came first. That was the x plus 3. Our denominator came second. That's x minus 2. Remember, we moved that 2 up. Now it's a quantity squared. And I'll end the brackets. And now, since we've got this down to a single log, we can bring this 2 up and put it sort of out here. It would apply to this whole thing, so that would be a squared. And you know, if you left your answer like that, it would be correct. But let's say you're taking a SAT test or something, and maybe the answer would look a little more like this. Log of, we could distribute the squared to the numerator, so we would square the x plus 3 quantity. And then we would also distribute to the denominator that was already squared, so squared times squared is 4th power. X minus 2 to the 4th power. And there's our final answer, fully condensed. Again, we'll do some odds in class and then some WebAssign, and I'll see you in the next video.